Many people are quite confused when it comes to online business and especially SMMA. And the reason why you're confused when it comes to growing this agency, actually having clients, making money off this agency model, is because you don't really understand the game. You may understand this business model on a surface level, but you don't really have a deep understanding of the subject. You may be sending hundreds of DMs because some guru who doesn't really care about you told you to send them, but you don't really understand why you're sending them. In this video, I will give you the exact game plan of how to get your SMMA to 10k per month. If you watch this video till the end, your SMMA will turn into a money printing machine for you because I will give you the math. And numbers, those fuckers, they never lie. If I show you how many DMs you should be sending a day or how many cold calls you should be making, and if you go and implement them, there is no way you fail with this business model because, again, it's math. They never lie. They give you the exact number. They just show you what you should be doing. So, if you're confused on your SMMA journey, give this video your full attention because this video has the potential to change your SMMA and hopefully change your life. So, if you're ready, we can just get started. But before we get to the game plan, you need to understand your goals. And by the way, this concept that I will walk you through could be applied to every area of your life, your business, your physique, your relationships, anything. This framework can help you in any area of your life. Let me just walk you through. So the first question you want to ask is, what is my goal in this aspect of my life? It could be signing your first client, getting 10k a month, getting the 100k a month, getting the 50k a month, whatever it might be. But most beginners, they have the goal of getting this business to 10k per month. And I think 10k a month is a reasonable number because you're not that rich, you're not that big. It's like tier one of running an agency. It's like the beginner stage. So if you're at ground zero, you're not even tier one. But if you go to 10k a month, now you're tier one. Now you're speaking. Now you're playing the game. So your goal is to get this business to 10k a month. But what do I actually need to do to achieve this goal? Because you fucking know that you don't need a website or a funnel or your fucking business domain. You don't need those. Understand what you need to do, what you actually need to do to achieve this goal. And here's what you need to do. 1, book appointments. 2, close these appointments. 3, create content for your niche. 4, keep yourself accountable. And 5, network with like-minded people. You probably know the general advice of book appointments and close these appointments. And yes, this is what you should be doing if you're in the early stages of running an SMMA. But chill, because I will give you the exact number of DMs or exact number of cold calls you should be doing every single day for it to be unreasonable for you to get 10k per month. I don't care what your show up rate is. I don't care what your appointment booking rate is. I don't really care what your conversion rate even is. It could be 1%, but I will give you the math. So there is no way this doesn't work for you. If you understand what you should be doing, keeping yourself accountable, networking, booking, closing, creating content, understand your why. There will come a time where you won't feel like doing the hard work. You will feel like this SMA thing is BS. It won't work for you and you're not like, it's not the right thing for you. You want to think of quitting, you want to go to dropshipping, doing something else, doing you will think of becoming a VA for someone else even. And for me, my why, my reason was I was scared of getting a 9 to 5 and destroying my life. I wanted to provide for my family. I wanted to do whatever I want, whenever I wanted. I wanted to attract higher tier women and I wanted to prove that I'm special. So the thing with the human brain is your brain will only do things if it perceives them as reasonable. And that was a quote that I got from Epictetus, from Discourses. Let me actually show you the book. So here's the book. I got the quote from this book by Epictetus. If you don't know who he is, he's a philosopher of ancient Greek. He's a Stoic. I'd recommend you to read this book. It will teach you Stoicism. It will give you a new perception of life, of pain, of how you perceive yourself, how you think, your willpower. But if you think about it, you're doing certain things because you view them as reasonable. It's the reason why many people are going through this education system and thinking that it will give you the life they want. Because they think that going through this education system, they will be rewarded with a job. And in that job, they will be safe, their life will be guaranteed, they can do whatever they want. It's how they perceive the reality. They perceive starting a business as unreasonable. They don't think that they can run a business. They don't perceive business as something sane people do. And for them, the only people who can run a business are lucky people or people who got money from their parents. So yeah, keep this in mind. Keep your reason in front of you constantly because your reason will motivate your brain more than anything else. You don't need those fucking David Goggin quotes. You don't need Andrew Tate videos. You need to be constantly reminded of yourself, of your why. Just remind yourself why you're doing this. I'm doing this because I want to provide for my family. I'm doing this because I want to be special. I want to prove that I'm special. I'm doing this because I'm scared of getting a 9 to 5 and destroying my life. So if that's clear, I think it's time for the game plan. Yes, game plan, math. This is the math to get to 10k per month. And the step 1 is understanding what your goal is. So for most people, again, their goal in this initial state of running an SMMA is getting it to 10K per month. Now, step two, what is your ticket price? Again, for most people, their initial ticket price would be 1K a month, a retainer with a 3-month contract. So every client for them is worth around 3K, 5K maybe if you're good at service delivery. And step three, understanding your sales metrics. So a metric is basically a feedback of a system. You have meetings, you try to close them, and there will be a metric. You either close them or you fail to close them. And the first metric you get from sales is your sales conversion rate. For most beginners, their conversion rate is about 10%. This number would be improved over time, and you can just improve this by watching from Hormozy, by reading some books on sales, psychology. This you can read this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is what I'm currently reading, and I would just suggest you to read this also, because you need to understand your clients. You need to like win them as friends. So this book is fucking important. Find this book, read it. It will help you, and it will help your business a lot. And what's your show up rate? Although most beginners don't have the show up rate of 80%, you can increase the show up rate super easily. And you can just watch this video on how I like nurture my appointments. So if an appointment is booked, I will follow that realtor on Facebook and Instagram, and I will send them emails to like remind them of the appointment. I need to be in their mind for them to show up for the appointment, because if not, they will just forget about it. If they're not constantly reminded of the appointment, they will forget about it. There are a million things going in their life, and they don't really care about the appointment they have with you. Right now, you're no one to them. For them to perceive you as someone, you need to remind yourself to them. And step four would be understanding your appointment booking metrics. For DM, it's mostly about 1%. DM is like kind of lame these days, but it still works. So 1% DM appointment booking rate is a good rate, I think. And for cold calls, it's about 2% if you're a beginner. If you have a decent accent, if you are native, it will be higher. But 2% is a good appointment booking rate if you're a beginner, and you can just watch videos on how to make cold calls. Just don't use the script you've seen from Thomas Gannett. It doesn't work any longer. Stop saying, I'm going to be honest, this is a cold call. You can either give me 30 seconds or hang up now. They got pitched like hundreds of times with that exact script. So don't use that. Use something creative. Make yourself a script, or you can just watch my video to see what I'm using at the minute to book 7 appointments, a little plugin. So, and then step 5, the final step is reverse engineering the numbers to understanding your goals. So your goal is getting 10K a month, and each client is worth 1K for you. You need 10 clients to have a 10K a month income. And for you to sign 10 clients, considering the fact that your conversion rate is 10%, you need 100 show ups. And for you to get 100 show ups, you need 126 appointments. You need 126 booked calls to get 100 show ups, so you can close 10 deals from those 100 calls. And let's see how many DMs you should be sending to book those calls. So for you to book 126 appointments, considering you have a 1% appointment booking rate, you need to send 12,600 DMs. And let's say you're sending 150 DMs per day, you need 86 days of constantly sending 150 DMs to a 10K a month business. Think how simple this is. A doctor goes through years of education, and they have to work years in a hospital to make 10K a month. But you're doing that in your teens in 86 days. Think how incredible this is. Think how unreal the system is. There are people literally burning their lives out to make 10K a month. And some random kid from Globe, from wherever you're in the world, can make more than a doctor does in 86 days. And wait, this is not the insane part. For you to book 126 appointments, considering the fact that you have a 2% appointment booking rate, you need to make 6,300 cold calls. So let's say you're making about 100 cold calls every day, which is a reasonable number. Come on. For you to make 6,300 cold calls, you need 63 days. I don't know why I wrote 62, but you need 63 days. After just 2 months, you will have a business making you 10K every single month. If you have the right cold calling script, if you have the right DM script, you will have a business that is making you 10K per month, more than a doctor does. Bro, with these online businesses and like the internet and stuff like that, it is super easy to make money. And a kid from anywhere in the world can make more than a doctor does, more than a lawyer does. And they had to study for years in university, and they had to go through many exams. They had to work in like the industry before they got paid $10,000. I don't think many of you like understand how big of a number $10,000 actually is. It's an incredible number, and you can make it in your teens as you're a kid. I don't know really what to say. I hope this was valuable. I hope this changed your perspective of running your SMMA and running your business. The numbers are there. You need about 63 days of making 100 cold calls and 86 days of sending DMs to make $10,000 off your SMMA. I hope you take action to change your life, to provide for your family, to save your future from getting a 9 to 5 and becoming a slave to the system. So, when it comes to the other things you need to have an agency, when it comes to keeping yourself accountable and networking with like minded people, a little plugin is coming. There's a link to our Discord server. What accountability does for you is it helps you improve your rates. It helps you improve your conversion rate, your appointment booking rate. If there's a group of like minded people who you can speak with, it is super easy to improve your metrics. Because let's say you're going through like something, you have a problem you need to fix. Someone on that group would probably go through the same thing if they're like one step, two steps ahead of you, and they can just guide you and you can just fix that problem super easily. So let's say you're having a problem with your show up rate, you can just ask the group and say, hey guys, I'm having a problem with my show up rate. Can anyone give me any advice, any tips on how I can improve it? And someone can show you the email sequence they're using to make people show up. And if you go and implement your own agency, here, you just doubled your business with like one message. This is the power of networking. With networking, with like the right guidance, you can do things that's normally done in 1 month in like 1 day, in like 10 days. Because if there's people who's helping you going through what they've gone through, it is super easy for you to implement the right steps super fast. So yeah, keep that in mind if that's what you're interested in. There's a link to our Discord server in the description, and I personally help anyone who joins there. If you have any problems or if there's anything you're struggling with, I can help you out if that's what you're interested in. I mean, the link is down there, but whether you joined or not is up to you. You can be an action taker or watch others win. Thanks so much for watching till the end. You can watch this quick video on how I nurture the leads to like decrease the show up rate. And yeah, thanks for watching till the end. Have a blessed day. Cheers.